Over the years, I've had the privilege of coaching youngsters, absolute beginners, and even people with special needs. Come up with a few ideas to get children interested in the game. And whilst it's very important for them to follow the basics of a reasonable stance, where to hold the cue, how to deliver the cue, all that is important, and I'm not saying that it should be ignored. But children also need to achieve success, otherwise they very quickly get bored. So one of the things that I used to do, just to encourage beginners and particularly children, and this can happen on a full-size table or a small 6x3 table, whatever, is to get them interested in success. They don't want to experience failure too much. So here what I've done, I've put the coloured balls quite in a simple position for them to pot. Just encourage them to follow the basics a little bit from there, and then they pot the yellow and see if they can decide roughly where that white ball is going to go once they've potted the yellow. Then they move around here and they take the green. And we're thinking about how can we get the ball into this area so that the next ball is the brown. So I'm coming here, just encourage them to do a little bit of manoeuvrability with the cue, getting it moving forward so that they can get into this area for the brown. Now because they're young and they're quite small, they might not be able to reach some shots. Okay, they have to get the rest out. Show them how to use it, roughly speaking. Encourage them to get success. Here now they're potting the brown, avoiding the black and coming back up so that they can pot the blue. Now, I've got big distance between the cue ball and the blue, so for beginners it can be quite tricky. Don't forget, you've progressed a little bit possibly, and this is a very easy shot for you. Not necessarily so for a beginner, or particularly a child, or again, coming back to that person with special needs. These can be quite difficult shots. So here we go again, paying some regard to getting that cue moving in a straight line and pot the blue. And once they've done that, coming round here for the pink. Now here I've got very straight on the pink, so there's a danger of going in off, so I might want to play it with a screw shot if they're able to do it, or aim for one side of the pocket. The thing what I'm trying to do is to make sure I don't go in off. And then from there, encourage them to finish all 6 balls. Also think about the mathematics of it with children. They can add the balls up as they're potting. So we've got 2 for the yellow, we add 3 for the green, we've got 5 points. Then the brown, right, we've got 9, the blue is 5, 14, 20, 27. Encourage children to add these things up as we're going. Once they can do that fairly comfortably, then we start to make it a little bit more difficult. So these balls now, instead of being close to the pocket, we start to bring it away a little bit. Now it starts, for the child or the beginner, starts to get a little bit tricky. Notice I'm just moving away. Now, possibly, or to give yourself a guide, all you need to do is use one ball as a guide to the distance away from the pocket. Once they can do that, you can use 2 balls. Yeah, and then that's that distance. 3 balls, etc. It just makes it a little bit more difficult, and it's progression for them. All right? So we're coming around here now. Don't forget, slightly further away. So again, we start again with the yellow. This time, what is going to happen to that white ball? Keep asking them. How many points am I going to score if I pot the yellow? Where do I need to leave the white? How can I get it there? All these points are very important for the beginner. So now I'm coming round here. I want to get the white in this area again. Okay, so coming down here again. And we're in there. Once we've done that particular practice, then we're going to use 2 balls or even 3 balls to establish the distance that we're going to get these coloured balls away from the pocket. Each time, its progression is very, very important. But please remember, children need to achieve success. Otherwise, as I said, they will very, very quickly get bored. So make it interesting, make it challenging, but also make it enjoyable, and that enjoyment comes for the child and that beginner. That enjoyment comes from successfully potting the ball. Get those kids started on it. It's a good, fun game. Good luck with that practice.